When I say we are living in weird times, I mean we are really living in weird times. What you're seeing on your screen is FnMecca, the first artificial intelligence rapper that Capitol Records, quote unquote, signed to a deal. It was an independent endeavor that has been in the making for quite some time. And Capitol, which is I don't say this lightly, a music industry giant, saw potential in Mecca, which NBC News reported was the brainchild of Anthony Martini and Brandon Lee, co-founders of Factory New. We'll get into their story in a second. Some despised it because it felt like a way for more money to just stay in-house. Others turned at the character created in a lab. The real underlying story is the cultural appropriation per many activists. Many in the industry have come out strongly against this.
The AI generation is just thrown in there to make the FnMecca angle generally more interesting, and also provide like a little bit of cover for anybody who is involved in this project, who maybe may look bad being associated with some kind of, I don't know, cartoon rapper that raps the N-word or is essentially presenting to young music listening audiences.
Anthony Fantano, founder of the legendary Needle Drop, spoke on it.
A Fortnite-style parody of what, just like clout-chasing, multicolored hair mumble rappers look like on social media. This looks like some weird-ass NFT. This looks like some really ugly, disgusting, cynical portrayals of hip-hop culture. It's pretty clear that the industry, or at least like Capitol Records, doesn't really see rap or rapping as anything else other than just, a cash cow to present fans with some kind of cartoonish parody of in order to pull money out of their pockets.
Plus, Blackie speaks.
This FnMecca robot rapper, though, honestly, man, this just looks creepy. I mean, look at this thing. The green dreads, face tattoos, the eyes. It looks weird and it looks creepy. This is really just a walking caricature of what a rapper is quote unquote supposed to be. A walking caricature in robot form, that is. No matter how hard the industry tries to replicate and or replace real artists, ain't no way that's gonna happen.
Who really makes some astounding points that I agree with.
I think FnMecca is really just a social experiment taking place by the industry and labels. I think what they're doing is they're going down the path of creating a virtual artist so they can see if this AI artist can potentially compete with real artists, like actual people. Because the incentive here is what? That's right, money. Any talk about pushing the boundaries of technology in the music industry, yada yada, I'm not buying any of it. Because let's put it like this, if record labels in an alternative universe somehow could find a way to replicate the same type of success a real artist gets with an AI artist, they would take that opportunity in a heartbeat. Now that is obviously not possible since artists are real people who connect with other real people in the real world, unlike FnMecca. The point I'm trying to make is this: if there was a magical way for the music industry to replace artists and have AI rappers do the same exact job, it would definitely take that. Ain't no different from robots replacing real people in the manufacturing industry. If there's a way to increase automation and reduce real workers and still get the same exact result, the corporations are gonna double down on that to maximize profit, which they have, especially in the last decade. Luckily in this case we're talking about music here though, which involves a creative process, so replacing real people with AI rappers, that's out of the equation, thank God. I think this FnMecca thing once again just highlights the direction the music industry is headed, and sadly this is just the tip of the iceberg.
And then of course there's our guy with this take.
The thing I don't get about this is like, what happened? Are there not enough like black men that the record labels exploited, that they had to like invent one that you can like further exploit, I guess, where you're like, they literally were like, it's not enough that we have 360 deals that are basically like reinforcing slavery for people, okay? A lot of people don't make it and get so super over. That's not enough. We should just not even give a single dime to a black person by, like, we should just build one. Like, we should have white people build it so that, like, even the dimes are going to the white person instead. I mean, I guess it's just, like, for the novelty aspect of it. It's not new. It's not different. It's not in any way, shape, or form unique. Gorillaz did it better.
Now, this is where the story takes an unfortunate and sad turn. Kyle the Hooligan, who claims to be the voice behind FnMecca, says this is how it all went down.
So I know y'all probably been hearing about this FnMecca stuff. People been DMing me, like, and I try to keep it quiet because I was gonna really wait till this blew up for real and then like went after them, because basically it was like they came to me with this AI and was like, would I want to be the voice of it? And I thought it was gonna be like some collaboration. They promised me equity into the company, percentages, all this stuff. So I'm thinking like, okay, there's about to be some collab, something different for me, so where I could do my music and be on some AI stuff with this FnMecca character. So everything's going good. Next thing I know, just ghosted me. Like, use my voice, use my sound, use the culture, and literally just left me high and dry. I ain't get a dime off of nothing. And they got record deals, all this stuff. I wasn't involved with no meetings or none of that.
And you see, the industry built up Mecca's popularity. On TikTok, it has over 10 million followers. On the gram, over 223,000 followers. And as of this taping, it has over 600,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. However, all of the music has been scrubbed and taken down. Here's the skinny. After growing backlash to what skeptical observers said amounted to digital blackface, including content that seemed to trivialize incarceration and police brutality, Capitol Records said it had severed ties with the FnMecca project, effective immediately. One of the most disgusting posts was this. Via Hot New Hip Hop's Instagram, they reposted a picture FnMecca's team put together and released on their own volition. Anthony Martini, who was in a band from New Jersey, co-created a virtual label known as Factory New. It was through that venture that the virtual rapper known as Mecca was born, with brothers Chris and Brandon Lee said to be behind the AI-driven virtual artist.
Everyone just pissed at the fact that this AI rapper used the N-word. And I'm sitting here having reported on this since May 2021, and I knew it was icky at the time. And I could see all in the comments now, cancel culture.
Let's backtrack for a moment, because in case you missed it.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about the robot saying the N-word.
It was pointed out that past FnMecca material utilized racial slurs, the N-word, which, while not entirely uncommon in the rap world, Martini himself has used the word in his past lyrics with E-Town Concrete as well, was not particularly well received when the ethnicities of the AI rapper's co-creators was brought to light.
Who was the voice behind FnMecca? Who are the people controlling FnMecca?
Yes, please tell me.
So speed.
That's a white man. Eater. That's a white guy.
In it, he responds to a commenter asking a question about FnMecca by saying, quote, "He's created in my brother's lab." Chris Lee's brother's name is Brandon.
Dude, I'm seeing a lot of not black people.
Brandon confirmed that he is in fact the creator of FnMecca.
Okay, so Brandon Lee did create it.
Lee said, quote, "The people behind FnMecca wish to stay somewhat behind the scenes because Mecca receives a lot of hate mail, death threats, etc.
And they're not black. Okay, but he didn't write the songs. It doesn't matter if there's a black dude rapping the words, by the way. It's more about the like minstrelsy of kind of having a character that presents as black and kind of takes part in this culture, and then it being like people who are not actually a part of that culture, like sort of posing through the avatar.
In response, the activist nonprofit known as Industry Blackout, which formed in 2020 to pursue equity in the music business, had called for a public apology, as well as the donation of any funds spent by Capitol on the project to charity and the budgets of black artists on the label. We find fault in the lack of awareness and how offensive this caricature is, Industry Blackout wrote in an open letter posted to social media. It is a direct insult to the black community and our culture. An amalgamation of gross stereotypes, appropriative mannerisms that derive from black artists, complete with slurs infused in lyrics. Pitchfork then reported the following. CMG has severed ties with the FnMecca project, effective immediately, the label noted in a statement. We offer our deepest apologies to the black community for our insensitivity in signing this project without asking enough questions about equity and the creative process behind it. We thank those who have reached out to us with constructive feedback in the past couple of days. Your input was invaluable as we came to the decision to end our association with the project. Martini told the New York Times that Mecca was voiced by, quote, a black guy. He argued that this was not a, quote, malicious plan of white executives, and in a crystal clear distillation of NFT brain rot, he said that it's literally no different from managing a human artist, except that it's digital. Furthermore, putting the whole issue to bed, Martini told The Times that Mecca was, quote, actually one of the most diverse teams you can get. I'm the only white person involved. Adams for Peas wrote, the tech industry and music industry are largely anti-artist. FnMecca is novelty now, but the moment they land on AI hit, which will be soon thanks to TikTok, pop artists are screwed, and other genres will follow. Which is true, but unfortunately, the ball has already been rolling. So go out there, support your local artists, support the artists you like, listen to their stuff, even though the industries have a complete monopoly on many streaming services. Do your best to support your favorites and even those on the up and coming sphere, you could say, of music. Because this is true, and we do fear the next wave.